What's good, everybody? It's your boy JD back with another NBA 2K25 build for you guys. And I've got a bunch of requests lately to make more of a 6-7 lockdown type of a build, like a Kawhi Leonard-esque type of a build. So I got that for you here today. I'm also going to get you guys a new face creation. I have not done a Kawhi Leonard face creation yet in NBA 2K25, so I'll make sure to do that for you. But if this build helps you out, don't forget to drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new. I definitely appreciate all the love and support you guys have been showing lately. Can't be doing this stuff without you. We're on our road to 7,000 subscribers here at the time of recording this. So without further ado, let's get into the builder. I'm going to show you the build, the animations, a jump shot to go along with it. Let's go. Alright, so here we are over in the builder. We're going to put together this 6-7 lockdown build. Again, kind of referencing it to like a Kawhi Leonard type of a build. We're going small forward, 6'7" on the height, 215 pounds on the weight, with a 7'3" wingspan. We definitely want to have them long arms to be able to play, that lockdown type of a role. Again, this isn't going to be your meta traditional lockdown. You know me, I always like to put my own little twist on things here. So first things first, let's start down here with the speed. Now, I feel like with the lockdown build, you want to prioritize agility over speed, and we also need to have an 86 agility in order to get the legend on-ball menace. So what we're doing with the speed is we're going 82, and then we were going 86 for the agility. Again, you need to have that 86 agility in order to get your on-ball menace up to legend. So that's what we're going to do there. Again, we also want to prioritize that side-to-side movement, being able to shuffle our feet, stuff like that. So 82 speed, 86 agility. For the strength, we're going to take this up to a 78, and then I'm actually going to use 5 of my cat breakers here to push that to an 83. Again, at the point of recording this, we're working with 10 cat breakers currently. If you are a vet 2, which many of you probably are at this point, you're going to have 5 additional cat breakers, and you're going to be able to do some tweaks and some maneuvering around to some of the attributes to make the build even better than it currently is. But again, I'm rocking with 10, so we're going to use 5 here to push this to an 83. That's going to help us get some of the other badges and stuff that we're looking for. And then for the vertical, we're not going too crazy here. We're going to go 75 for the vertical on this build. So 82 speed, 86 agility, 83 with the strength with the cat breakers, and then the 75 vertical. Now, starting up here with the finishing, we're not prioritizing finishing on this one, although I'm going to put some dunking on it to make it, again, it's April. Let's make it a little bit more fun at this point. We're going to go 70 for the close shot. Again, this is going to get taken up to this threshold just by moving some of the other attributes around. For the driving layup, we're also going to go with a 70. That will get us the physical finisher on bronze. It's going to get you float game on bronze. Again, nothing too crazy there, but enough to get the job done. 70 layup, more than enough to do that. Now, I also want to have some driving dunk. Initially, I thought about pushing this to just 80 or even 84 for like the LeBron James package and getting like the basic alley-oop contacts or whatever. But like I said, we want to have a little bit of fun on this build, so we're going to push this to 87, getting us the basic contact dunks off of 2. It's going to get you silver posterizer and the gold aerial wizard as well, which is going to, again, just make the build a little bit that much more fun. So when you're getting them stops or, you get a steal and you're going down to the other end, you can get some contact dunks. For me, that's my little twist for this build. Standing dunk here, I'm going to go 45. It's going to get you the basic under basket dunk packages. Now, if you wanted to take your driving dunk down, if the contact dunks aren't as important to you, if you wanted to take this down to like an 80, you could certainly move your standing dunk up to like 72 to get that rise up on bronze and get a little bit more of that standing dunk type action. But for me on this one, I'm prioritizing the driving dunk because, again, you're either going to be on the break once you make the steal or whatnot, and you're pushing the ball up the floor, or maybe you're getting the ball in transition, cutting to the hoop, doing that type of stuff. I'm prioritizing the driving dunk here. So that's what I did there. And then for the post control, you get one extra attribute left over at the end, and there's nowhere else to put it, so it just defaults to a 44 for the build. So finishing is going to be good enough, again, with the driving layup and then the 87 driving dunk. For the mid-range shot, again, Kawhi Leonard, if we're going to make this a little bit of a Kawhi Leonard type of a build, very good mid-range shooter. Having those 7'3" arms, we're not going to be able to go too crazy on this. We're not going to be able to get it all the way up to like 89, 92 or whatever. but I feel like putting it at an 85 for the mid-range, that's going to get you silver Deadeye, silver set shot specialist, and then also the bronze shifty shooter as well. So you're going to be able to do enough on this. It's going to get you access to a lot of very nice jump shots, which I will give you here as soon as we are done with the build. So 85 in the mid-range, and then kind of like I've been doing on a lot of my builds lately, I feel like 75 three-point shot, unless you're prioritizing three-point shot on your build. You know, you're making a Steph Curry type of a build or a Klay Thompson, you know, type of a build or something where you're really prioritizing the three-point shot. I feel like you don't need to go super high to be consistent shooting, and this is definitely the case here. So we're going to go with the 75 three-point shot. And then for the free throw, with again some of those extra attributes, we're going to go 71 for the free throw. So shooting is going to be pretty solid on this as well. Moving down into the playmaking, again, we're not going too crazy on the pass accuracy. We're not going to be a primary ball handler. We're not looking to be throwing dots or anything. We want just enough to get the job done, because we want to really get some of the other attributes in these other categories. So 71 for the pass accuracy, get you break starter on bronze, get you dimer on silver. Get you access to the Paolo Banchero pass style if that's something that you're looking for. Moving down to the ball handle. Again, it's April. We want to have a little bit of fun on this build. I think if you were going to make more of that traditional lock type of build, maybe you would only go 71 for the ball handle, but we're going to take it up to 75. That's going to get you ankle assassin, handles for days, and unpluckable, all on bronze. It's also going to get a strong handle on gold. I'm just also going to get us access to a few more dribble animations and some dribble moves and stuff like that. Again, if you have the extra 5 attributes for being like a vet 2 and you wanted to push this up to 81 by maneuvering some of the other attributes around, you could definitely do that and get some more ball handle on this and be able to move around a little bit and get access to some of those different dribble animations. Now, speed with ball, we're kind of doing the same thing here. We're putting in just enough to be, get the animations and everything we're looking for. You could go 68 on this. I actually pushed it to 70. That's going to get you the option to get the pro dribble style if that's something that you're looking for. Again, I'll give you all the signature animations and everything here as soon as we are done with the build. Last but not least, moving down into the defensive area of things. If you're going to be a lockdown, obviously we got to have some defense on the build. For the interior, not going too crazy, but we're going to put enough to get our paint controller on bronze. We're going to put a 60 interior defense on this one. And then when we take that and we add in a 78 block, that will give us the bronze paint controller that I was just talking about. Also going to get you high flying denier on silver. You can see and able to get that up to the gold. We got to get up to 88 blocks. So we're not going too crazy. I feel like 78 more than enough to be effective. Again, we're not making a meta lockdown type of a build. We're kind of making it a hybrid, the solid lockdown plus a Kawhi Leonard type. So I feel like this is a pretty good area to kind of settle in if we're going to do some of the other things we're looking to do. One being right here on the perimeter defense. I think Kawhi Leonard, you think of that lockdown defender, on ball, just shut you down when he was in his prime. You see flashes of that now, but nothing quite like it used to be. We're going 94 in the perimeter defense, and then we're going to use our other 5 cab breakers here to push that to a 99, getting us the Legend Challenger. We'll give us Legend on-ball menace. Again, I talked about needing that 86 agility to get the Legend on-ball menace. You got the pick dodger to go along with that, a movable enforcer on bronze to help you kind of get some of those stops, and then also you're going to get Legend off-ball pest on there as well. So going to have all the Legend on-ball badges that you're looking for and everything that you would be needing for a lockdown on-ball Kawhi Leonard type of a build. So 99 perimeter defense when we add in the 5 cap breakers. Now for the steal, his nickname is the Klaw. We definitely got to have a little steal on this. We're not going too crazy. We're not going like the 99 steal or anything on here. But I feel like 85 steal is more than enough on a build like this. You're going to get the silver glove. You're going to get the gold interceptor. Again, it's into April, so we definitely want to prioritize some of our attributes into other places. Again, make the build a little bit more well-rounded, make it fun to play on and everything like that. Again, like I said, not a meta type of a lockdown. If we're going to do that, we'd probably push this to 99. We might push the steal to 94 or 99 as well, but 85 steal, again, more than enough. And then last but not least, down here on the rebounding, we're going 65 on the offensive rebound, and then we're going to use the rest of the attributes here and move our defensive rebound up to an 80, giving us silver rebound chaser, box out beast, and then the bronze pogo stick. I feel like on a 6-7 build, if you're going to make a lock or a Kawhi Leonard, pretty good rebounder of the basketball, You definitely want to have a little bit of rebounding on this, and I feel like this is a nice little sweet spot, putting that 80 defensive rebound on there. So you can see we definitely made this build. It's pretty solid all the way around. We got the contact dunks. We got a very solid mid-range and three-point shot options. We got just enough playmaking on here to be effective and do a few things, create our own shot, get to the hoop. We got the 99 perimeter defense on here, so we're going to have all those legend lockdown badges that we're looking for. We got a little rebounding, and then our physicals are pretty solid as well. So when we go ahead and finish this thing out here, you see we get comparisons of Gerald Wallace, Herb Jones, and Alex Caruso, all lockdown type defenders. So I feel like those are really good comparisons, and then the build name you get is a wing stopper, which I think is a perfect lockdown build type of a name. Now, if we're going to go in here, I'll show you some of the different animations and everything like that you could get on here. You can see just as far as like the different dribble styles, the animations. I told you about the Paulo Banchero pass style. The dribble style, obviously Zion is a very popular one. The pro dribble style, you get that with the 70 speed with ball. That's why we bump that up if you're looking for that option. And then I just threw on a bunch of the different Kawhi animations in here. Again, the animations all come down to what works for you. If you want to look up one of your favorite YouTubers' best dribble styles and go with something like that, fine. Put your own dribble styles in here. Kawhi actually surprisingly has a lot of very nice dribble styles for this, height of a building with that 75 ball handle. Behind the back definitely being one of those. So if you want to use some of these animations, you could certainly do that. As far as the jump shot goes, I told you we would do the jump shot. We're going to put on the T-Mac base for this one. Brand new base that just came out this last season. Obviously a very popular base last year. A lot of you have been using the Jarrett Culver base. You could certainly use that as well. I think you just need an 83 mid-range to get that option in here. But we're going to go with the Tracy McGrady base with the Beluba and Oscar Robertson uppers. We're going to go push for the visual cue. The release speed is going to be pushed all the way up, and then the animation blending going to be 50% Beluba and 50% Oscar Robertson. You can see the grades on the right-hand side are going to be very solid, and you just need an 84 mid-range or three-point shot to get this base. Now, for the dunk styles, if you guys are interested in some of those, having that 87 dunk, I don't do a lot of 2-foot dunks. I like the baseline reverses, and then again, we would get the pro contact dunks as well. The 1-foot dunks, I don't do a ton of these. I like the athletic hangs off of one. You might have the quick drops in here, and then the athletics off of one. Standing dunks, if you go the 72 now, how I talked about, if you wanted to do the 80 driving dunk and the 72 standing dunk, I was kind of messing around with that earlier. That's why it shows these on here. But for the standing dunk that we have currently at 45, it would give you both of these regular under basket dunks. So again, just a couple of different options you can do there. As far as some of the player style dunks go, you can see all of the different ones in green here that you get access to. The Scottie Pippen. I like the Latrell Sprewell one. It's got some nice aggressive looking dunks in there. You got access to the Tracy McGrady dunk package, the Anthony Edwards, the Vince Carter, Devin Booker, LeBron James. James Harden's got some sneaky good dunks in there as well. So a lot of very nice signature dunk animations, and then you get all of the alley-oop animations, and then I mentioned by having that 87 driving dunk, you also get the pro contact alley-oops again. Just one of those things that makes the build sneaky fun, and again, it's April, so I definitely suggest having some fun with your builds. So alright, so that's going to do it for this build. I hope you guys enjoyed this 6-7 lockdown type of a build. Like I said, I got him kind of looking like Kawhi Leonard for this particular video. Don't forget to drop a like before you get out of here. Subscribe if you're new. Again, I appreciate all the support you guys have been showing so far here in NBA 2K25. We're going to keep the videos and stuff going throughout the playoffs. We'll do some playoff performers and stuff like that, showcase their builds and everything. So definitely stay tuned for those. And I'll see you in the next one. I'm out. Peace.